frogs. The way that Portland has responded to Donald Trump's federal overreach has now become viral and a symbol of the resistance that is an inflatable frog that stood in front of ICE agents, and how that frog costume person is now a symbol of the resistance by mockery. And there are people who are writing about the strength of mockery as a weapon against tyranny. Mockery is underrated. You mock somebody, and because we have the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression, and if we do so peacefully, we can mock them and ridicule them into realizing how pathetic and how just absurdly unprecedented and unconstitutional Donald Trump's regime's actions are. And yes, mocking and wearing the frog costume and the frog multiplying throughout the various cities. George Conway made a reference to the biblical story of Moses and the Pharaoh and the freedom of the Jewish people from slavery, and how frogs were one of the plagues that God has sent to the autocratic, authoritarian, absolutist monarchy of Egypt at the time. And so it's kind of I guess, poetic reference. I don't know if that was the impetus or if that was the reason why the frogman came down upon ICE. And then there's the other thing, is that and I've been saying this, and a lot of people have been saying this. I sound like Trump right there. No, a lot of people really have been saying this, that we are frogs sitting in a vat of water that is slowly warming, and there's a slow flame under it, and we slowly boil to death. But that frog has awoken us. Now we realize that we are frogs in a pot and the water is warming. And now we're going to try to leap out of it. This frog has leapt out of it right onto, the front lines of Portland ICE, and now it's going to Chicago and the other cities. And one of the things is that you'll notice that the brutality doesn't go away by ICE. In one of those instances, the frog was sprayed in the butt with pepper spray, and that just happened to be the air duct through which the costume person in the inflatable frog gets to breathe. And they put pepper spray on that opening. So that is a violation of the First Amendment. There's nothing threatening about the frog. The frog didn't do anything to the person who pepper sprayed the frog. But you get to see that is fascism in that context, in that mockery context, in that satirical dystopia where you have ICE attacking inflatable frogs who are dancing around outside ICE facilities. And that has an impact. And kudos to the frogs. And I hope they multiply, and I hope they make a statement, and I hope they strengthen our resolve to protest peacefully in the coming days and months. With that said, thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get a frog costume or a frog hat or something. because that has now become a symbol of our resistance against Donald Trump's tyranny and fascist regime. Take care, everybody.